Hi YouTube. Today I got a video response question for one of my viewers. He asked me if I could show him how to thread a barrel of an airsoft gun. So I suppose he meant like outer barrel or on a pistol, like the orange plug. Unfortunately, I don't have the tools to show the best way to do this. But if you're interested in that, it's the best way to do this. It's called a die. And you can buy a die set on eBay or Amazon for like 20-30 bucks. What you'll do is you'll thread it onto the end of here. Basically, by twisting it, you're cutting threads into it until it's at the bottom. Then you just back it out, and now your barrels or barrel plug on the pistol's threaded. I highly recommend that if you're looking to use like a mock suppressor that you can buy online. Even if you're making one from scratch. But if you're making one from scratch, like out of PVC, you're most likely not going to use it. Now, if you're using metal, a die is your best choice because you can cut into metal using a die. You can cut into plastic using a die, except it's hard to find PVC in the size of the die. So I experimented with using PVC when I got home after reading that video response, and I've come up with the best way. So let me just adjust my camera, because I don't have my tripod today. Sorry about that. So let me get this out of the way. So I don't have it all nice and neat this time compared to my other videos. Hammer, actually. These are just test parts on it. I'm not going to be editing this video, so it's just going to be kind of cut up and choppy. So basically, tools you'll need this project will be, let me get that in frame. You'll be needing a hacksaw. This is another one of those pieces of conduit. If you saw my working airsoft suppressor video, this is just a conduit. Very nice quality. One thing I would like to say is that this is almost like a pressure conduit, which in the gas world, if you've ever used metal, steel, gas piping, this kind of thread, it tapers down. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but at the end, it's actually not as wide as it is up top, and this produces a really nice tight fit, and I highly recommend this type, which is why I use the conduit. And as you can see, this is an old suppressor that I cut up from my last video. I made a short one, it didn't work. I cut off the end. It's about, I want to say 3/8 of an inch long, and you'll cut this off. And when you cut that off, you cut that off of here. So when you cut that off, it'll basically, you'll take your hacksaw, you cut it, and now you have a separate piece from this. So I still have to deburr this a little. So I'll take my knife, which is another material needed, and you don't need scissors. I don't know why I have that out. And you don't need the rubber mallet. You don't need that. Yeah, my workshop's a mess today. So let me deburr this real quick. Alright, so now that that's deburred, you can get rid of your knife and your hacksaw and all that good stuff. So now what you'll do, you'll take your pistol. I'm going to do this permanently. So you'll take the end that you cut. There's a fresh end. Go on, focus. Alright, does my camera not want to focus today? Alright, I guess it doesn't want to focus. There's a nice clean end. There's a nice clean end here. This is the end you didn't cut, and then there's the end you did cut. You'll take the end you did cut, and that'll go in towards the body of the gun. So, sorry this video is actually going to be pretty terrible compared to what I used to put up. But you'll take your hot glue, or Gorilla Glue, Super Glue, Crazy Glue, whatever you want. You run a bead all along your little flash hider kind of thing, your orange tip. Run a bead all along. Simply take your collar that you just cut and push it on. And this hides the orange tip, so highly don't recommend you take this out in public. Unless you're on a field or in your friend's backyard where there's none of your annoying neighbors who are going to call the cops on you because they think you're shooting each other with real guns. And now you're able to start it. So for example, if this was the end of my homemade suppressor, which I made a video on, I could simply take this end, thread that on here, and now that's on there, and it's not coming off, nice and straight. Nice and straight on there. Not going to do anything to come off. So, and actually I would like to send out a thank you to the viewer who recommended this to me, because otherwise I would have never thought that I could actually screw on my suppressors, which makes a huge difference compared to what I had before, which was I just took this, I basically just stuck it in, stuck it on the end of the orange tip. So thank you, and have a good day.